As an author, it's just, it's the best place to be at this time of year. It's a wonderful event, and obviously it's an international book festival, so your work really does get recognised internationally if your name's in that book. Daphne du Maurier, I once read that she said that authors should be read and never seen. So obviously this is the exact opposite of what she was suggesting. But I think for many people it's fascinating to hear an author talk about where their inspiration comes from, to talk about their characters, and to, just to chat in a congenial atmosphere. The Children's Book Festival here has grown from strength to strength. I mean, if you walk in that front entrance, I looked up today and it was pretty well every child's event was sold out. I mean, we've entered an era, and I have to say here, J.K. Rowling has done a wonderful thing with her set of books. When else did we get children queuing round blocks to buy a book? You can't get better than that. My protagonist, the main character in the series of novels, is a forensic scientist called Rona McLeod. And when I began the first novel, which was called DriftNet, I actually didn't see myself as writing a series of crime novels. I wrote a book about a woman who attended a scene of crime and thinks that the victim may be her 17-year-old son she gave up for adoption. And that was the sort of drama that propelled the story. But the characters, the little group of characters, including obviously Rona McLeod, proved to be very popular, and I liked being with them too, so I just kept going with them. What Lana says is true. You enter the new book, new things happen. A story is your character in action. It's what they do given certain circumstances. That's how you learn the strengths of a character. You throw stuff at them and you see how they react. Little bits of people I know are in there, and little bits of perhaps their house or their flat are in there too. The main character, Rona McLeod, I taught a girl mathematics years ago up in Granton-in-Spey, who went off to become a forensic scientist and works for the Met in London. I'm very friendly with her mum, and she was so enthusiastic about her work. When I created the character Rona McLeod, I decided I wasn't going to make her a detective with angst, a male detective with angst and a drink problem. So I thought, well, what will I make her? Oh, I know a forensic scientist, I'll make her a forensic scientist. So in my naivety, I set off along the forensic route, which has proved to be endlessly fascinating. And I'm so glad now I did that. I have to admit to spoiling my family's life at home with television ones. And I think it's because if you've written anything for television, you know roughly the way it works, Yeah. And the structures and the three, you've got a sort of sense of it. So I'm not allowed to say, I'll go, oh, I know who it is. Oh, no, you can't. I know who it is. I'll write it down, Don't tell us, So I'm not always right, and I tell you, I love it when I'm wrong, because I think that they've really cracked it then, because especially if you know when it's revealed, you think that's right. So all those lovely little setups early on are sort of entered, your brain, your subconscious. And so when you get to the point and it is revealed and you didn't guess it, but it feels right, perfect. Well, my book Dark Flight came out at the end of July, and I've just delivered the next one, but I signed a deal with Hodder for 3, plus they picked up the first 3, which were published by a Scottish publisher, Lewis Press. So Rona's out there around the world, and I feel I've still got a lot to learn about Rona McLeod, so we'll keep going for a while.